Co-sensing. The essence of co-sensing is to make a system sense and see itself. How do you do that? Well, not by hiding inside this shell and spending all your time inside your own boundaries, but rather by turning around your perspective and engage with a larger context in a new way, by engaging in two main activities. The first one is to go to the edges of the system and to engage with deep listening. And what happens when you go to the edges of the system? That you run into all sorts of obstacles, that you run into all the fences that we happen to encounter individually and also in organizations. So you need to literally climb across this fence and all the other fences, and then go out, go to the edges of the system, engage with the stakeholders, with the communities, with the places of most potential, and also with nature, in a way kind of that helps you to see reality in new ways and connect with your deeper sources of knowing. So you do that in one place, you do that in another place with another person, with another community, and then you keep doing it and really engage in this deep listening practice that requires you to suspend your habits of judgment and also access your deeper sense of wonder. And as you do that, you slowly begin to see reality through a new eyes, kind of in a new way. And you also begin to see yourself from a new angle, from a new perspective, from the edges of your own system, through the eyes of all the stakeholders and communities and friends you're connected with. And as you do that, and as you finally return back to your own situation, the second main activity that we suggest you engage with this week is that you look at all the different sense-making journeys and all the different sense-making activities, and you begin to pay attention to what's emerging from the whole, what's emerging kind of from all these experiences. For the organizational context, with the 4D mapping inside the social balancing theater, this week we have a wonderful practice that puts that to work in the context of organizations and multiple multi-stakeholder situations. So let me then wrap up these two main activities with a little quote that you can find up front in the Theory U book. It's a quote by the German poet Goethe, who in the beginning of that quote that I'm not reading talks about the intertwined relationship between self and world, between self and others, and between self and self. And then he ends with saying, every object well contemplated opens up a new organ of perception within us. Every object well contemplated opens up a new organ of perception within us. So the essence of co-sensing, which is making a system sense and see itself, essentially is about that. Essentially is about activating and opening this new organ of perception that we activate not only on the level of the individual, but also on the level of the collective, on the level of the whole social field. And that allows me to access a level of experience that connects me with what's wanting to emerge from the whole.